Okay guys, welcome to part 2 for today. We've made the back-to-back book, and now I'm going to show you some other techniques I've been discovering as I've been jelly printing. I had 2 jelly plates going last night, and oh my goodness. But anyway, for the last week or so, I have been just almost non-stop jelly printing. And every time I do something, and every time I make a mistake or I get an idea, I have to try it, right? So this was something I had thought about. This is a transparency, okay? This is on a transparency. This is an inkjet print. Where's my box? This is the inkjet printer transparency film from Apollo. I got it at Office Max. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon. Now the box may have changed. I've had this quite a while, but I use these things very seldom. But I had this idea, jelly plate. So I did it in reverse. Okay, so what you see on the back is totally different than what you see on the front. This is the side that went down onto the jelly plate. So this is what went on first. So there was a layer of paint on first. Okay. And this is what I ended up with. So I built it from the bottom up, laid this on top, and this is what you see. Okay, and it worked perfectly. Now you have to be careful when you put these inkjet transparencies in there. One side is totally smooth, that's this side, and this side is a little rough, as if they sanded it, okay, because that holds the ink. In this case, it holds the paint. Okay, now what's cool about the transparency is it's just like the packing tape transfer. It's just like that. Okay, you can put, here's a dictionary page, you can put a dictionary page in the back of it. You can put other colors in the back of it, for example, and it changes what you see. So you want to make sure, just like you're doing the packing tape transfer, don't make it totally opaque. You want some spots where you can see through it. So don't do any heavy layers of anything, okay? So that way you can have your ability to put other things through it. Let me put that a little closer. See, you can see the text right through there. So you build it to do a transparency. You build it from the bottom up. So what's on the back will go down first. And then you can do your stamping and whatnot on the top layers. You let everything dry in between. Let everything dry in between, or else you'll have a mess. It'll make mud. Okay, so you want to be sure you let it dry in between, just like doing the grunge printing. Okay, essentially that's what it is. Now, I have been having all of these palette paper sheets, and I have discovered when you use the palette paper for something else, it comes off. It will not stay on the palette paper. That is kind of the point, right? Okay, so what you want to do when you have all these, now I have scanned these, okay, so I have digital art, one. The second thing you can do is do packing tape transfer. Okay, here is one that I have taken these 2 pieces of tape off of. And you want to save a sheet of this to put your transfers on, okay? And it depends on how much paint is on here, how much it'll take up. If it's on, it does pretty good. It'll do pretty thick, but the lighter layers are better, I think. So I could get some more transfers off of this page, like right here. Okay, so here's how I do it. All right, where's my tape? Okay, so I have the packing tape, just regular packing tape. Okay, noise coming up. Yeah, I have to hold it down here when I do this at night because it's really noisy. All right, and I like to fold down an edge so that I've got something to grab. This stuff and I have a long history of argumenting. it sticks to me like crazy. When I was shipping my books to the distributor, yeah, I have to, pack up all the boxes, and it only so much in a box. And I would fight with this stuff constantly. It would fold over on itself. I mean, just, oh, yeah. Actually, this non-stick sheet has been the best help when I'm messing with this tape. Okay, so you have your palette paper, and this is the stuff that I've been using. Here it is, right here. Okay, it's Canson disposable palette paper, 9 by 12. The cover probably looks different by now. I've had these forever. I bought a whole bunch of them when I was working at Michael's, and I have them. Okay, so you just want to put your tape down in the area that you want to pick up, okay, on the tape. So it's totally sticky. Try to keep your fingerprints off of it, except on the edge, so you can have your clean middle. Take a squeegee of some sort. Okay, this says Mod Podge. It came with the squeaky brayers. Oh, I have a trick for the brayer too. I'll show you. But this is the best squeegee for this. So you want to kind of go one direction first, get all the air bubbles that you can out of there and get it adhered to the paint, and then go in the other direction. And you folded that in so you can still pick it up. Okay, you just want to get it good to contact under there. Okay, and then you're going to go slowly. The trick, slowly peel it from the paper, and where there's no paint, you might get some of the paper coming up, and that's okay. See, it's sticking to it, so the paper's coming up. That's okay. We'll worry about that later. Not a big deal. So you just want to peel it straight back and off. Okay, and so there you have a tape transfer of brayered paint, which you can then adhere to your page with your matte medium. And if you put the matte medium over the top of the tape, I know you guys know this, it's matte finish and not shiny. Okay, so anyway, there is that. So I have taken these from here. Okay, all right. Now, since I have a whole bunch of these palette sheets, and they can be reused. Don't throw them away. They can still be used because you've taken the paint off. You've taken most of the paint off, right? So yeah, they can still be used. Okay, now, other than packing tape, you can also use laminating sheets. Okay, and here is my laminating sheets. This is Avery 9 by 12. I got this on Amazon. Here's the numbers right there. I don't know which one you need for ordering. I have no clue, but there you go. Self-adhesive laminating sheets. That's what you want. 9 by 12. They cover just about everything. Okay. And they just, you can't even, they come with the backing paper, right? And it has a half inch or about a half an inch fold in the backing sheet where it's split, and you can easily peel it. So that's that. Restack those. Okay, so what I've done here is I had a really cool print on this sheet, which is now almost empty. It can be reused again. And I've come up with these guys, and I had extra paint on the stamp. I was trying to clean the stamps off, and this is that. It's foam stamps. I just cut some leaf shapes, take a stylus or a pen, and just make some markings in it, and look what you can get. The ribbing. It's really cool. Really cool. Thanks again to Birgit for this technique. I love that. Love it, love it. I've got a whole box of stuff I've been making. I'll have to show you all those too. But anyway, I've used a piece of the non-stick sheet to put these on because I've used all these in the process last night of jelly printing. So what you can do, and of course, is put text behind it, or that's a dictionary page. You can put encyclopedia page. You can put printed, text, any kind of, anything you want behind it, okay, to get your print. And so the fascinating thing about using the laminated sheet is you can get it any size. You're not limited to, what is this, 2 inches? I think this is 2 inches wide, thereabouts. Anyway, you're not limited to the 2 inches of your packing tape, okay? So you can do this any size you want, and see, it still works perfectly. Okay, so here's some more where I dabbed off the leaf stamp. Okay, so I'm going to do it on this one. So you can peel this back and lay it down over the area that you want. I'm going to overlap those lines just a little bit, and I'm going to bring it this way until I run out of paint, and then I'm going to stop. Get my squeegee back out and run it in one direction, burnishing it down. And you want to be careful not to scrape across the other paint because it'll come off. Yeah, sticker sheets? Yes, I was getting to that, Eileen. Yes. Full-size sticker sheets, exactly. I was jelly printing. Yeah, I'm going to jelly print on them. I haven't had time. It's on my list. I haven't had time. Okay, so anyway, you burnish this down and then pull it just like you would the packing tape. Okay, and let me go ahead and put that back down. And you can save it like this, see? There. See, you can see it now. See the leaves through there. But there is a decorative strip ready to do whatever. You can cut it in smaller pieces to make washi tape. Just whatever you need to do. Okay. Brand name. Oh, what did I do with the box? Here it is. That's Avery. Everything's Avery. Yeah. Avery self-adhesive laminating sheets. Yeah. And again, here's the number at the top of the screen there. I'll hold it here for a second. Okay, I don't know what y'all are talking about. I'm working over here. I'll have to read chat. But yes, the full sticker sheets, absolutely. Yeah, this is the brand, and I got this off of Amazon. Oh, hello, closer would be helpful. Digi Orange Premium Quality Full Sheet Label. So it's a full-sized sheet of labels, and you can cut it to however you want. They have slices to help you peel back the labels, but when you cut it, they always end up in the wrong place. One thing I am a little leery of in doing that is not putting, okay, don't put too much paint on your jelly plate, and don't leave it there too long, because I'm afraid it will affect the adhesive on the back. I tried to do some watercolor on this. Too much water, and it won't work. It'll affect the adhesive, and then you have to use glue or matte medium to glue it down. But yeah, but that will work. Yes, I'm going to be doing that. Absolutely. And the good thing about that is you can, okay, so here's an idea for you. Take your, since this is 8.5 and 11 by 11, it goes in your printer, take your sheet, run it through your printer with some artwork already on it, okay, and then use translucent paint on your jelly plate. Then the reverse is also true. Paint your paper first, then run it through your printer. But you want to make sure that there are no paint flakes on your paper when you put it through your printer. Ask me how I know this. I ruined a printer. Yeah, by running painted paper through it without brushing it off. Okay, so you want to make sure that you brush off. Oh, where's my brush? There it is. That you want to brush off all of your excess before you run it through the printer. Yeah. Um, I got the online labels and has no cuts in the back. Yeah, some of them don't. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Just use that technique I was showing you at the corner to peel it off. It's no big deal. And if you do it the right way, top facing you, and go over this way and peel it back and, you know, squish it back with your nail, you'll get it off. If that doesn't work, use a straight pen. You know, the old standby straight pen. But just remember, do not put these through your printer without dusting them off. Make sure you're not putting acrylic or anything else in your printer, okay? Yes, I've got that ready to go. I just haven't done it yet. There's no time. There's just no time. There's so many things to do. And my muse is wide awake, man. She is just ready to go. Now, alternatively, instead of just using what you have here, art on top of it before you do your transfer. Art on top of it, extra, and then do your transfer, you know? I mean, just go for it. I mean, there are so many, oh God, possibilities. Oh my God. Yeah. And I have so many of these sheets that, you know, and if you can see it, I try to keep the color families together on the same brayer and on the same paper. That way you don't make mud. That's another tip for you. I'm just full of them today. They just try to keep it. I was cleaning the jelly plate with that. I couldn't find my deli wrap. But see, you just, there's so, I mean, art possibilities right here. Scan them, you got digital art. Do transfers, you got more art. I mean, it's just, you're not wasting anything. And then reuse the palette sheets. You know? This is just, think people. So much fun. Oh my goodness. Possibilities abound. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. What else was I going to show you? I just showed you the small jelly plates. I showed you that. Okay. Oh, and all this jelly plating. I'm getting my art journal, all the blank pages filled with paint. Yay. I still have more. There were some more in the middle of the book I didn't even realize. So yeah, I still have pages in here that doesn't have anything on them, but I'm working on it. See? Working on it. Those were already there. See, there were some more blank pages that I didn't even see in the middle of the book. And then some that, you know, I just want to do over again. So I've just been brayering off in my book. See, I found a whole slew of pages right there I didn't even see. So I'm going through and I am just printing off the brayer on here, you know, especially when I have too much paint. It's not wasted. Nothing is wasted. Yes. Okay, so what else? Yes, that's right. I've done that, Eileen. Yes. Matter of fact, I have, oh, what did I do with it? I hung it up. Oh, there it is. Okay. So what I did was I take the same palette paper, the same stuff, and run it through, cut it down, run it through your printer. Okay. You can put text or whatever. Just remember as a rub on, okay, a rub off, whatever. Reverse the, whatever you're going to put on, reverse it in your Photoshop or whatever you use, so it's backwards when you look at it, because when it goes face down, it'll come out right side up when you rub it off. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I have been doing that since I've been doing altered books, and it's yeah, it's just another step in the process, and you can still reuse these several times. You can reuse them. You can wipe them off and reuse them and run them through the printer and still do your rub-ons. Yeah, definitely. And then something else that I just remembered because I just saw my die cut sitting here. Your take transfer. Okay. So make shapes. Okay. These are circles. These are the They go in the Vagabond or the Big Shot, whatever, on the magnetic tray, okay? Cut your circles. I mean, you know, this is just cut circles, whatever you got. Cut leaves, cut, you know, whatever. Whatever your shapes are, use your die cut machine, okay? Just remember to put this in the die cut machine front side down because it cuts from the bottom up and you want it to cut from the front to the back, especially if you leave the sheet on there and it's not on anything else. Yeah, you want to make sure you cut it right side down because the machine cuts from the bottom up. Yeah. Inkjet. Oh, inkjet. Yes, inkjet, Darren. I do not have a laser. This is all inkjet. Everything I'm talking about goes with an inkjet. Yeah. Okay, let me see what I missed something. Oh, you should not run the clean paper in the printer. Yeah, I know, Marie. I know. It's a no-no. It was only a $50 printer. I didn't feel too bad. It still functioned. It just, you know, I couldn't print photos with it anymore. But, you know, it still functioned. Yeah, but make sure that you have it clean because, yeah, you're going to mess up your printer. Okay, so let's see. There was something else I wanted to show you guys. Let's see, what was it? Oh, that's right. Okay, it's over here. I think it's on the tray under this one. So I'm stacking all my trays. Okay, oh no, that's that page. Oh, where'd it go? Oh. Where'd it go? Okay, hang on. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I see it. Okay, hold on. Let me put this tray down. Hopefully, so I won't knock it over. If you hear a loud noise, it's just a tray falling over. Just a little cookie sheet. Oh, there it goes. I caught it. Never mind. I'll put it over here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is my 6x6. Whoops. Okay, this is my 6x6. Again, I've just displaced it. Oh well. Anyway, what I've done for this is the drips and splats, whatever, page. And so I was going to see if I could put these little people on here. I don't know if that's going to work, but I haven't drawn anything on here yet except these two trees. Now, this page is, let me find my folder after I blow my nose. Okay, this page I cut from this jelly printed page. So I had put drops of alcohol ink on top of everything else that I had put on this page, and it made tree shapes. Yeah, it made tree shapes. Okay, so what am I going to do? Draw trees, right? Okay, so tree shapes, see? Blop, blop, there's a tree. Just add the base. Of course, I have to color it in. But see where I'm going with this? And this is another tree. See? So that was serendipitous from this experiment with dropping the alcohol ink on the page. And I dropped oregano, I think. Yeah, oregano. Yeah. So I just was, just dropping it on there, see what would happen. And it kind of bloomed into little trees. That was kind of cool. I'm also going to play with some alcohol ink markers. See, I have a whole set of these Spectrum Noir because I could not stand the smell of Copics. They made me nauseous. I only had like 2 dozen and I gave them away to this young girl, so she can make use of them. She can smell them. These don't have much of a smell and I can tolerate them easily. So I'm going to play with those on the jelly plate. I'm also going to play with my Pitt artist pens, the Faber-Castell Pitt pens. These are the big ones. I opted for the big set because the brush tip will do more coverage if you're going to stamp or edge pages, or I use them to edge pages a lot. Something like that, you know, I wanted the big pens. I have a few of the small tips, but I like the big ones because they're so much more, what do I want to say, versatile. There, that's the word I need. Versatile. Yes. So I love those, and that's India ink. That is permanent. And what else was I going to play with? Oh, I have also some golden high flow. Okay. And I also got some little tiny bottles with the fine little tip. Okay. Now, these are going to be fun. Let's see. So, yeah. So I was playing with India ink on the Yupo paper. I purchased a Jody Old class grunge ink from her Etsy, and there's also glaze pen. That's this glaze pen. It's black and it looks like embossing. It's very shiny. It's very shiny and it's slightly raised, so it looks like embossing. I really don't enjoy heat embossing as a rule. These things have saved me. These and the black and the clear. Oh yeah, excellent. Excellent pens. And glaze is the name. And if you look at this, you can see a critter. Of course, I labeled critter. Hello, there's the critter. There's a mouse. I unintentionally made a mouse in the India ink on the Yupo. I was blotting and it made a mouse. So that was fun. Anyway, this class is going to be lots of fun. I've got one more paint set to get before I can start it, though. Okay, put that out. Put that there. Okay. Oh, and here's the mini brayer I made. Okay, I just did a quick, I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes long of this. Now, I saw, let's see, what's her name? Artie Farty Fairy, I do believe. I don't know what her real name is, but that's her YouTube channel. And I put the link under the video where this is. And it was just really, just like, boom, I have to do this right now. You know, so I just turned on the camera and did it. Okay. But she had a brilliant idea. And mine is not as small as hers is, but it's still very functional. I'm also going, since I have lots of this tubing, I'm going to carve into it so I can make patterns and roll. Like, okay, I can do patterns on a page. I can do patterns on the jelly plate. I can do washi tape. I have that paper tape that's white. That's, well, maybe it's off-white, but you can, you know, print and paint on it and stuff. And so I'm going to do some washi tape. There's just all kinds of ideas running through my head with this. Of course, it can be different sizes, but this is totally carvable. Yeah. So I haven't actually done that yet, but that's on my list. It's on my list. All right, tiny brayer. Okay, so anyway, I need to finish this page. The spring one I have the quote for, but I don't have anything else done for that yet. So that's one of the things that I am going to be working on. I still haven't finished this page yet. I have been doing more jelly plating than anything else, and I ran out of plexiglass, so I'm using my quilt rulers to hold stuff down. Yeah, that's why this was here, because I was holding these little text pieces down. Okay, so it doesn't blow away. All right, so there. And your cats would love the brayer. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let me see. What else was I going to show you? Oh, something I had discovered about this paper a while back, and I had forgotten about. When you have this thick scrapbook paper, you can use it in your art. You can, now see, that happens to some of it because the glue is uneven, but you still have a piece of thinner paper. See, there's a flower. You can cut that flower out and use it. So these are scraps from when I was cutting the book pages for the first book I showed you. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. Yeah. So anyway, oops. Dropping stuff on the floor. Static electricity. Anyway, you can cut this out and, you know, use it in here somewhere. or you can just use a strip, you know, because you don't want it so thick. I don't like it when it's so thick. So just fray the corner until you get some to pull, and then just pull it apart. So you can still use so much of our product, even if it's waste, you can still use it. And you know, some papers work better than others. You just keep trying, you'll get it. But yeah. Whew. Okay, I'm tired, people. Okay, oh, I want to show you one more thing. Wait, I gotta show you one more thing. I just gotta show you one more thing. I'm gonna leave this here so the camera doesn't go crazy. Even though I have the autofocus off, you never know what it's gonna do. Okay, I've got file folders full of printings and mess ups and things that need to be redone, and so there's a whole, you know, couple of file folders. But what I have done, and I think, I don't know if it was Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter. I can't remember who it was that was using this, a small brayer. Well, I didn't have, you know, it's a paint roller. I didn't have one that would fit the paper towel rolls or the TP tubes or, you know, anything. So I did have this pipe insulation that I snagged from my husband. Oops, there's a piece of tape. So the paint rollers, this was left from when we redid the house here, and it padded the roll enough so that it actually does fit on here to make the pattern